need someone kind of behind you, pushing you. This is what I'm talking about. Too many planets in the 6th house also is where you have a tremendous amount of ideas, but you need someone to push you, or you need something to push you to get those ideas going. Your personality says that you're an active person, a very enterprising person, and as an air person, so much air, you're mental and communicative. You communicate very well. And I want to now talk a little bit about the houses in your chart. And you'll see Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, and to the right of that you'll see the houses. If you notice, most of your houses are in the last part, the 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th part of rather than 1 through 6, there's hardly anything there. From in the middle, but in the end, there's a lot of houses. And what that says to me right away is that you are accumulating, building up on and with a lot of very important information. Information you may not even use for 20, 30 years, believe it or not. But information, when it comes up, it's like you're in the gathering stage, you're in the planting of seed stage, the studying stage, the learning stage. And I'm not too sure that what you're learning now, what you think you're learning now and getting graded on now, won't really bear fruit until later on in your life. I don't mean you're wasting your time, I don't mean that at all, but all this knowledge that you're getting will become more of a eureka later on in your life. You're just accumulating knowledge now, and this is a very healthy place for you to be, because some of the knowledge that you just won't be thinking you're getting is something that you're getting. In other words, you're a very aware, alert person. And in your studies, for instance, you're the type of person who can read between the lines. You can see what the author has left out. You know what his hidden meanings are. You see deeper, and you see things differently in a very healthy way. You can see 2, 3 sides of any situation. When someone tells you from an authority type of position, this is the way it is, you're smart enough to keep your mouth quiet and know how it really is. And this is one of your strengths and one of your assets. But this information that you're collecting, some of the information you're not sure you're collecting, you are collecting. You're very astute and very aware. If you look at your 2nd house, you'll see that that has Sagittarius. 2nd house has to do with self-worth, your personal values, your earning power, investments, your emotional feeling, need for fulfillment, money that you will collect. Things around money you must be careful with. Being a Libra, and you're a very strong Libra, and also having 6 parts of you in air signs, which Libra is one of, you have a tendency to have money, but you have a tendency to spend it too quickly. So you could be just the opposite of that, and it might even help you to be the opposite of that either. But usually most Libras, if they have $1 in the pocket, know immediately that they've already spent $1.45 and looking for the next dollar. But you seem to always have money around you. Earth will say that. But it's very important for you, and I think what's important for you too is learning to invest at a younger age. Learning to be able to put something aside, whether in stocks, bonds, real estate, silver, gold, antiques, books, fine book collection, something where you're putting something aside for the future. This is very important for you to do that. It's very strong. It's in your 2nd house, and as I explain these houses again, you'll see that this is important, and this is also something that you may lack. You may be just the opposite of that because you on an unconscious level already know you lack that. But saving for the future, your whole chart says you are doing something for your future now. So you have a need for fulfillment, and your self-worth has a lot to do with your earning power, and your emotional feelings has a lot to do with your earning power. And sometimes you attach too much of your own self-worth to your earning power. Get into knowing that you have a lot of charming things about you that have nothing to do with money. Not saying money isn't any good. It is, and for you it's very important. But also to put it aside and to get into the value of yourself and your personal values other than that. As far as Sagittarius is concerned, being in that particular house, you're very generous as far as that is concerned. You're a type of person who is very giving, and if someone needs a shirt, you'll take it right off your back and give it to them, which is very nice. But be careful. Sometimes you go without and you catch a cold. Be careful of that. You change your mind quite quickly. You have a tendency to change your mind quickly. Change is very important to you, and changing of things, changing of friends, changing. Like I said, you're loyal, and you are, but you like change. You get bored easily, so taking the same friends and doing different things with them will keep you, that loyalty also a part of it and a part of you. The third house is Capricorn. Here we finally get some earthiness into you, and that's your awareness. And I mentioned that being a Libra, you're very aware anyway, but Capricorn in that particular house says again that you're aware, but you see things. Libras see things on a surface level, okay, and are aware. Capricorn see things on a very deep level. So this will be a wonderful balance for you as far as that's concerned, because Capricorn in the third house has to do with awareness. It has to do with your environment and place that you're living in. Either you will make it peaceful and harmonious, or you'll have someone make it peaceful and harmonious for you. That word peace and harmony is most important for you. You don't like arguments. You don't like to be around arguments. You want peace and harmony. If someone is doing some cooking for you, you expect it to be balanced and harmonious dishes together. You walk into a house, and whether you're into interior decorating or not is not important, but what is important is you see a lack of or see that harmony. It's most important to you. Learning new ideas, awareness, learning new ideas. The Libra part of you gets in a large absorption of many ideas, and you absorb them fast. Capricorn being there says not only do you absorb them fast, but you want to absorb them deeply. I see there's a few places in your chart. It might be your age, but it might not be. Taken for granted skills. Things you do well that you say, well, that's not important. What's important is the things I can't do well. Don't do that. Take very much in charge and be very happy about the things you do well. You sometimes have a tendency to just pull off as, well, anybody could do this. The fact is, probably not many people can do this. So get into, gee, I can do this well. And there are a lot of things you do, and you probably right now are saying, well, I don't know what he's talking about. But taken for granted skills, hidden skills that you haven't even worked on yet. You are a superior communicator. That's in speech and writing. I see also in this that short trips are really nice for you. It would be great for you sometimes to take off to Canada or take off to Washington, D.C. It doesn't have to be a long trip for weeks and months at a time, but long weekends, because again, you're so aware and you learn so quickly. You pick up the whole aura of a place wherever you go. It'd be fun just to go to New York City and divide it into 7 or 8 places and go 7 or 8 times to do different kinds of things in New York. Good, successful, aware, happy short trips I see you taking many times in your life, and will be very prosperous for you. Then we start coming to the second part of your chart, the second half of your chart, where you have most of your planets. In the 8th house, we have Gemini, which is regeneration. And here, you need people for your support. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to be a needy person, but people and friendships are very important for you. So you're going to be getting a lot of your support from family, and that has to do with finances. It has to do with friends. You need support from others financially, bodily, spiritually, and mentally. This is okay. I don't see you as a leaner or someone who parasites from others, but you need that support more so than most people, but not anything that would be degenerative or hurtful to you. But again, you like people, you like the camaraderie, and there are a lot of things that people can do for you. I don't see you as a user, but I see you as a sharer. But people are a very important thing in your life, a very important substance in your life, and you feed healthfully from them. Though you are a good communicator and you're an open person and a friendly person, there's also a side of you that's very secretive. There's a part of you that will talk a blue streak sometimes to keep away from the issue that you don't want to know or let people know about you. There's a hidden side of yourself that you insist on keeping hidden, and that's okay. Deep research. You look into things deeply. You look into things with very much investigation. Being a Libra, you're subject to flattery, and first things people say to you, you seem to go for. On an interpersonal level, you might still do that. But when it has to do with study, or when it has to do with buying something, you can be compulsive, but when it's important, you can just put all that air and Libra stuff aside. You get into deep research and investigation. Here again, I see the word hidden, and I see hidden strengths, hidden assets. You have things within yourself that you have not looked at. And it's the second time right in a row it says that. There's a lot going on your subconscious mind that you haven't either gotten in touch with or just haven't gotten a hold of yet. And this would be something that you must make a conscious effort to do if in fact you want to do that. If you had a lot of water and water planets and water sign in you, I would say this would be very easy for you. This right now is hidden from you and may remain hidden unless you decide to make a special effort to do this. You have a lot of hidden assets, a lot of hidden strengths, and a lot of them have to do with spirituality and spiritualness. You have to make a conscious effort to want to do this, or as I said before, warm up to people who are water sign people, and that's water, Scorpio, and Pisces, because they will help you with that without even trying to help you with that, and that's the support you need from other people. And I mentioned that in the beginning of the reading, and that's where you need most of your support, is around spirituality and your hidden assets, someone to help you bring out the wonderfulness that is you. In the 10th house, we have Virgo, and that has to do with honor and status. And what a wonderful place to have Virgo, because this is your emotionality, and which I mentioned before. Virgo people are very into honor, and you have it in your 10th house. Status, yes, but mostly honor. It's how you stand in the community, how you stand with your friends. You're very into how others see you. I see in your lifetime ambition, promotion, and achievement. This is where you will, which I see very good, is that you are this thinker, sometimes hard making decisions, although you're making all kinds of decisions. Sticking to it might be a little difficult. But with Virgo in your 10th house, that thing around honor is very important to you. So I think this will restrain you from being the total thinker and not the doer. I also see in the 10th house here, if you have Virgo, it's a very strong sign in your 10th house, you will also wind up being a doer. And how others see you is very important. How you stand with other people is very important. Be careful you don't get carried away with being a people pleaser, though, where you lose yourself or lose your own initiative and ideas. And in a way, I guess many people will see you as unorganized, but in a way you have to be organized, because Virgo in the 10th house says you've got to be organized to be able to do things. And that's kind of nice. On the 11th and 12th house, we have 3 planets. And if you notice, not 3 different planets. 11th house, we have Virgo, Libra, and Libra. The 12th house, you have Libra, Libra, Libra. So if you read any book or you see anything that says anything to do with Libra, know that they are personally talking to you, because you're very classical of your sun sign. And in the 11th house, which is Virgo, Libra, and Libra, we have social consciousness. And when I say Virgo, Libra, and I'll be a little bit more specific about that, the moon is in Virgo, which is in Libra, Mars in Libra in the 11th house, and we also